Hi friends, welcome back to Joe Educare.
In this video, I have explained the working principle of DC generator. Let's get into the video. In this video, we'll discuss about DC generator. So generator is nothing but electrical machine which will convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. So DC generator is nothing but which will convert mechanical energy to electrical energy of DC, that is direct current. So electrical energy is nothing but electricity. We have two types, AC and DC. So DC generator is used to generate DC supply. So next we will see the working principle of DC generator. In detail I will explain how the DC supply will be generated from DC generator. For that, so to explain DC generator in detail, so we'll draw this diagram. So I have considered two magnets. You can just see north and south pole. In between two magnets I have considered conductor which is rotating in between the magnets. So you know about generator, how the electricity is generated. We have discussed about generation of single phase voltage, generation of three phase voltage in the previous video. So generation of single phase or three phase is nothing but according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. We know that the Faraday's first law states that whenever there is change in flux, EMF will be induced. So on that principle all the generator works. So first thing you need to write under working principle is that generator works on the principle of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, that is EMI. So EMF induced is nothing but electricity which is produced. So now next comes the nature of induced EMF. You have two types of induced EMF under Faraday's law. One is dynamically induced EMF and statically induced EMF. This generator works on dynamically induced EMF. The EMF induced under this principle is dynamically EMF induced. So this is what you have to write first. After that you need to explain this diagram. So I'll explain in detail step by step. We need to consider two magnets, north and south pole. In between magnet there will be conductor. When this conductor rotates in between the magnets, this conductor will cut the magnetic lines of force, and when it cuts the magnetic lines of force, flux will get changes. Flux is nothing but magnetic lines. So when this conductor will cut the magnetic lines, it is nothing but change in flux. So whenever there is change in flux, according to Faraday's first law, EMF has to be induced. So this is how the EMF will be induced in the generator. So EMF induced means what? Where the EMF will be induced, that is what we need to see. EMF will be induced on the conductor. So here the conductors are A and B are nothing but conductor. C and D is also conductor. So you have two conductors, AB is a conductor, CD is conductor. These two conductors are joined together to form coil. You can just see from the figure, AB is a conductor, CD is conductor. AB conductor, from the behind you can just see B and D are connected directly, but whereas A and C is connected through something else. So altogether when you connect in this form, it is called as coil. So this is called as one coil. You have two conductors. So now what is this B1 and B2? B1 and B2 are called as brushes, which are made up of carbon. R1 and R2 you can just see are called as slip rings, which is made up of copper. So B1 and B2 are the brush. You can just see it is used to take the electricity which is produced within the generator. It is connected to lamp. You can just see B1. From B1 we have taken a wire which is connected to lamp. In the same way B2, from B2 we have connected to the lamp of other terminal. So B1 and B2 are the brush which is used to take the electricity out from the generator. It is connected to the lamp. You can just imagine dynamo which is connected in a cycle. So when you start pedaling, the dynamo will generate electricity and it will supply to the lamp, and your lamp will glow. In the same way I'm going to explain. From north to south, you know that magnetic lines of force will be there from north to south. So that is what I'm going to represent. And one more thing is, your conductor A and B is connected to R1, slip ring R1. Your conductor D and C is connected to slip ring R2. Conductor will rotate in anti-clockwise direction. When the conductor rotates, along with the conductor, your slip ring will also rotate. So AB is connected to slip ring R1, CD conductor is connected to slip ring R2. Along with the conductor direction, your slip ring will also rotate. This is what you have to keep it in your mind. So brush B1 and B2 will not rotate. It is just placed on near to the slip rings. So it is used only to take the electricity which is produced within the generator outside to any load. Here the load used is lamp. As I told, according to Faraday's first law, when you rotate this conductor in anti-clockwise direction, so this conductor will cut the magnetic lines which I have drawn with the help of the dotted line. When it cuts, EMF will be induced. So this EMF induced will induce on the conductor. So I will draw the direction of EMF. So here I have drawn from B to A. In this conductor I will draw the direction from C to D. So this is the direction of current which will flow through the conductor. You can see from B to A the current direction flows. So from here you can just see, as I told, AB conductor is connected to slip ring R1. So from B to A the current flows. From here it comes to slip ring R1. So B1 brush is connected, placed near the slip ring R1. So from here the current will flow in this direction and it will reach M. So from M to N the current direction will flow. So from N to B2 brush, so B2 is placed on R2. So from B2 to R2 it will flow. From there you can just see R2 slip ring is connected to conductor CD. So from R2 it will directly flow to the conductor CD. So that's why I have drawn the direction of current C to D. Now you can just see this is closed circuit. So current will flow in this manner. So therefore lamp will glow. This is about generator. Now here the main thing is, from where you got the direction of induced EMF, according to which rule you got the direction of induced EMF. That is what I am going to explain now. So your direction of induced EMF is according to Fleming's right hand rule. So Fleming's right hand rule states that when you hold thumb finger, forefinger and middle finger mutually perpendicular to each other, thumb finger represents the direction of rotation, forefinger represents the direction of magnetic lines, middle finger represents the direction of induced EMF. So this induced EMF direction we will get from Fleming's right hand rule. I am going to apply Fleming's right hand rule in this diagram. So when I apply Fleming's right hand rule on the conductor AB, on this conductor if I apply Fleming's right hand rule, on this conductor the direction of rotation is in downward direction and magnetic lines of force is from north to south. So therefore the direction of induced EMF will be in this way. In the same way, apply Fleming's right hand rule for the conductor C and D. You will get the direction of induced EMF from C to D. So conductor A and B is rotating under the influence of north pole. Conductor C and D is rotating under the influence of south pole. Now this is of 0 to 180 degree of rotation. Now I am going to draw one more diagram for another 180 degree rotation, that is 180 to 360 degree, where conductor AB, which was here, which got interchanged with the CD conductor. So AB will come here, CD will come to the place where AB conductor was there. Now you can just see AB is connected to slip ring R1. This is R1. And CD conductor is connected to, you can just see CD conductor which is connected to slip ring R2. So this will be your R2. So brush B1 is placed on R1, brush B2 is placed on R2. Only the direction has been changed here. Why? Because we have rotated 180 degree further. Now your CD conductor rotates under the influence of north pole. In first figure, AB conductor was rotating under the influence of north pole. Now it has been changed. Your CD conductor is rotating under the influence of north pole and AB conductor is rotating under the influence of south pole in 180 to 360 degree rotation. Rest everything is same. Now direction of induced EMF, I need to find out the direction of induced EMF on the conductor CD and AB. According to Fleming's right hand rule, you just apply the rule and see, we can find out the direction that from D to C the EMF will flow, and in this conductor from A to B, just refer the previous figure, the direction will be same on the conductor, but only thing is the conductor has been interchanged. From C to D you can see the direction of induced EMF, it is nothing but the current direction. From there it will flow to the slip ring R2. Why? Because conductor CD is connected to slip ring R2, CD is connected to slip ring R2, AB is connected to slip ring R1. This won't change, this will be same in the first figure as well as in the second figure. The only thing is it has been interchanged their place since it has been rotated 180 degree. So on the CD conductor which was placed here, the direction will be from D to C. From here it will directly flow to slip ring R2. Why? Because CD conductor is connected to R2. On R2 brush B2 has been placed, so from here the current will start to flow. So from here it will flow to N and to the lamp. So the direction of current will be from N to M. From here the current will flow and it will reach brush B1. Brush B1 is placed on the slip ring R1. So from R1 is connected to conductor AB. So the current will flow from A to B. So this is the way how the current will flow in this 180 to 360 degree rotation. So therefore the current direction you can just see in the output side to the lamp, it is from N to M. From N to M. In the previous figure you can just see the current direction was M to N. So this was from 0 to 180 degree rotation. So this was from 180 degree to 360 degree rotation. In first 180 degree rotation the current was from M to N. In second 180 degree rotation, that is 180 to 360, the current direction has been reversed, that is from N to M. So according to this, I can draw a graph or a waveform for induced EMF in the y-axis and your theta in x-axis. So now for 0 to 180 degree, you add a direction from m to n. So I will just draw a waveform from 180 to 360. The current direction has been reversed, or induced EMF direction has been reversed. So here if it is positive, in next half cycle it will be negative. That is what we have observed from these two figures. So this will be the waveform which you will get for these two figures. Now if I continue, the waveform will go on. So you will get positive half cycle and a negative half cycle. So this type of waveform is nothing but AC waveform. So but we are going to explain about DC generator. So DC generator is nothing but which will convert mechanical energy to electrical energy. The type of electricity we need to find is DC, but we are getting is AC. So we need to change something in order to convert AC to DC if I want to get DC supply. So for that we need to draw one more diagram. I'll explain you. So in order to convert AC to DC, I'm going to replace split ring in the place of slip ring. So you add two slip rings R1 and R2. So in the place of two slip rings, I'm going to connect one split ring. So this is how we are going to connect a split ring which has two segments, S1 and S2, two segments which has been separated by an insulating medium. You can just see S1 and S2 are separated. It is not connected, it is separated by an insulating medium. So it means that current won't flow from S1 to S2. The segment S1 is connected to conductor AB and segment S2 is connected to conductor CD. So along with the conductor, when it rotates, your segment will also rotate. So B1 and B2 are the brush which is placed on the segment S1 and S2 respectively. So brush will not rotate along with the conductor, only the segments S1 and S2 will rotate. So now once again the same kind of figure, only thing is we have replaced split ring in the place of slip ring. Once again same thing, the direction of induced EMF will be obtained according to Fleming's right hand rule. So direction of induced EMF will be from B to A. From here the current will flow and it will reach the segment S1. S1 is connected to B1. So from B1 the current will flow and therefore the current direction will be from M to N. So from N it will reach till B2. So B2 is placed on segment S2. From S2 it will flow through the conductor C and D. This is how the current direction will flow. Therefore lamp will glow. Direction will be from M to N for 0 to 180 degree rotation. Now we will find out what will be the direction of current for further 180 degree rotation, that is from 180 to 360 degree rotation. For that I need to interchange the conductor. For further 180 degree rotation, 180 degree to 360 degree, your conductor will get interchange. So earlier it was A and B, now it will be C and D. Here it will be A and B in the place of C and D. Only the conductor will get interchange. When the conductor will get interchange, your segment will also change. Why? Because your segment will rotate along with the conductor. So AB conductor is connected to segment S1. So A and B conductor is here. So segment is this side. So this will be S1 and this will be S2. This is what you have to do the changes in the diagram. The direction of induced EMF will remain same. Now we will find out the direction in the output side. What will be the current direction, whether it will be M to N or N to M. From D to C the current direction will flow. From here it will reach segment S2. Why? Because CD conductor is connected to segment S2. When it reaches here, your brush B1 is placed on the segment S2. So the current will flow from brush B1 and it will reach M. From M to lamp terminal, from lamp to N. So it means the current direction will remain same, that is M to N. And from here the current will reach B2, B2 to S1. From S1 segment is connected to conductor A and B. So direction will be in this way. So now we are getting the current direction same, that is M to N for another 180 degree rotation. So now I will draw the waveform for this condition. From 0 to 180 degree rotation, the current direction will be M to N. So either you can draw it in positive side or negative side. For another 180 degree rotation, the current direction is same. So I will draw it in the positive side itself. So in the same way, if you continue the rotation, you will get this kind of waveform. So this is nothing but DC waveform. So this waveform is called as unidirectional DC waveform. So this is how you are going to convert AC to DC by using split rings in the place of two slip rings. So this split ring is called as commutator. So commutator is nothing but which is used to convert AC to unidirectional DC voltage. So this is about the working principle of DC generator.
Bible verse to meditate on.
Check out other videos in my channel regarding Basic Electrical and Diploma Mathematics 1. Please support this channel by subscribing to Joe Educare and click on the bell button to get the notification regarding new videos. Thank you. God bless you all. Bye.